Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we got some news updates for you from around the land of smiles. It's Wednesday, June 4th. Now, today, we're going to be talking about some wild animals running amok. Later, a tourist getting KO'd after assaulting a woman in Phuket. And then even later, a urinating Thai man's rejected bribe, landing him in hot water over in Singapore. Before we begin, though, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the new Miss World crowned from Thailand.
Yeah.
One Opal Suchata Chuangsri. Congratulations on your big win in 2025. Bringing it home for the Thai, the kingdom.
She's from my hometown.
No way.
Yes, she is.
Nice. The land of smiles. Look, she has a pretty inspiring story. She battled with breast cancer when she was just 16 years old.
I don't think it was breast cancer. It was just a lump. But that's what prompted her to look into it.
You check the facts, everybody. I don't know. But in any case, like those are the headlines that are being made. She made a big speech about spreading awareness about breast cancer.
Yes.
She's talked about her dreams of entering into the Bollywood sphere.
Wow.
Of course, talking about the misconception of these beauty queens having beauty but not brains. Of course, which she has both in spades, I dare say. So congratulations, Opal, on your victory and bringing pride back to the land of smiles.
It's unreal how gorgeous some people are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then I look myself in the mirror and...
I see it every day, man.
You know.
But, it's,
rude.
Anyways, congratulations to her.
Congratulations!
Yeah. All right. Before we begin, though, we should hear a quick word from our sponsor, Jay.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever thought about buying property in Thailand, check out fazwaz.com. Largest real estate portal. Got tons of agents that can help you out. Buying, selling, renting, just looking at properties. You can check it out on their website.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be in the hunt soon, and I know exactly who I'm going to be looking for. So.
Yeah, you are.
Fazwaz, thank you for hooking it up. Go check them out, guys. All right, now, our first story today, this one went viral over the weekend. We got a couple of viral wild animals, and our first one is we're hitting the tigers, everybody. Okay. Down in Phuket, the Phuket Tiger Park has denied the animal attack claims and has come out against what they claim to be misinformation about the story. That's right. Phuket's Tiger Kingdom has denied claims that a tourist was attacked by a tiger at their Kathu facility, blaming false reports and clarifying the incident occurred in Sriracha, Chonburi. A viral, now deleted video showed a tiger lunging at a man during a selfie attempt, prompting outrage and a call from PETA to end tourist interactions with captive tigers. PETA accused Tiger Kingdom of animal cruelty and coercion, but the company insists their animals are well cared for, not restrained, and interactions are overseen by trained handlers. They condemned the misinformation as damaging to their reputation. Wow.
That footage looked wild. That guy was way too comfortable trying to pet a tiger. And I guess you do get that false security, and then they jump on you.
Yeah, you think there's a professional there standing by handling you? They are wild animals, and they have hunting instincts, man. Look, PETA gets a bad rap all the time.
Yeah.
I have to say. But in this case... I'm inclined to agree with their sentiments. I don't think that we should be doing this, man.
I'm glad also that it didn't happen in Kathu. I always have this fear that what if something goes wrong at that Tiger Kingdom park, my house is 5 minutes away from that place. There's like a bunch of wild tigers.
Okay. Prowling through the jungle. I got to say, ever since Tiger King, I'm a little anti this whole culture. So even if the accusations are wrong, hey, it didn't happen at our park, doesn't mean it couldn't happen there next time.
True.
So, anyways, be careful, guys. And I am concerned about the ethical treatment of them, but we'll see.
All right, well, we'll move on to our next story. We're staying on the topic of animals. A wild elephant ransacks a Thai shop for snacks and leaves chaos behind. A wild elephant from Khao Yai National Park caused a stir in Patong, Nakhon Ratchasima after wandering into a local shop near the park on June the 2nd. The elephant, named Bribe, damaged shelves while searching for food but caused no injuries. The shop owner and a customer quickly fled and alerted park rangers, who managed to guide the elephant back to the forest after about 10 minutes. The shop sustained over 1,000 baht in damage. The owner noted it could have been much worse. What do you do when an elephant just randomly comes into your local store?
I have no idea.
Call the guy who can get the elephant out of my shop.
Yeah, this is a little much for animal control. Look, 1,000 baht damage only? Like, I feel I do more damage than that late night on a 7-Eleven, I gotta tell you. But yeah, I'm impressed.
Crushed snacks.
You talk about bull in a china shop, but elephant in a convenience store is apparently not that bad. Like, congratulations. Not to mention the attention that this brings, and like, I don't know.
I don't know if it's a good attention, but
who wouldn't want to go see where the elephant?
True,
It's good enough for an elephant. It's good enough for me.
All right.
All right. We got a classic Thaiger story.
Love it.
Coming up next. We are down in Phuket, where a tourist was knocked unconscious after assaulting a Thai woman in Patong. The comeuppance came quick. Two intoxicated tourists were knocked unconscious on Phuket's Bangla Road after allegedly assaulting a local Thai woman. The June 2nd incident, caught on video and widely shared online, shows a group of Thai men intervening and violently confronting the tourists. Bystanders supported the action, though some criticized the violence, urging legal procedures instead. The video sparked debate across social media. Police have yet to comment on possible charges or reveal the identities of those involved. A little bit of street justice.
Yeah, street justice indeed.
Yeah, of course, obviously, you always want the police to be involved and then proceedings to go down. The problem is becomes the news that a lot of these guys get out of trouble.
Yeah.
Barely a slap on the wrist. So sometimes the people that see it going down deliver a little bit of Muay Thai justice as they see it.
I have noticed, particularly in my experience of living in Thailand for quite so many years, when certain type of violence happens, things like...
Sorry, I got a drinking problem. Anyways, go on.
when like a assault is actually happening, you know how they do those social experiments? Would you step in if you saw an assault or kind of like verbal abuse happening? I feel like Thai people tend to normally stay out of it, especially in like Patong and stuff. This is just in my experience. Like I've seen like some, guy getting a bit too aggressive, and people are actually quite late to intervene. It's not like in maybe some Western countries where people are a bit more like, hey, that's not okay or something like that. I might be wrong, but I've noticed in like certain type of violence, people are just kind of like, I don't want to get involved. And Thai people are quite small compared to foreigners who are like, Well,
I said it before and I'll say it again, I'm sure, but the anger threshold amongst Thai people and generally in East Asia, it's a high threshold before action is taken. But once you reach that threshold, it's like a rubber band snapping and action comes very quickly. So seems to have been the case here.
All right. Well, our next story takes us to good old Pattaya, where motorbike drivers are protesting harsh helmet fines. Protests against helmets on motorbikes. Well, Pattaya motorbike taxi drivers are protesting a new 2,000 baht fine for not wearing helmets, calling it unaffordable amid economic hardship. Enforced from June the 1st, the law fines both riders and passengers, with drivers liable for passengers without helmets, doubling the penalty to 4,000 baht. While Bangkok has seen smoother implementation, Pattaya drivers say tourists often refuse shared helmets. Drivers argue for a reduced fine and better public awareness, warning that the current penalties threaten livelihoods more than they improve safety.
They refuse helmets, you refuse ride. I think that's pretty straightforward. So I get it. This is going to be a hiccup as this enforcement continues, but surely we should. Look, I'll tell you, I've been getting offered helmets pretty much every ride now since this.
Really?
Yeah, since this rule has gone out.
Are you wearing your helmet?
I am. Yeah. Whenever they offer me a helmet, I take it. If they don't, I'm like, okay, I'm going like a kilometer. Like I shouldn't be saying this, but in any case, it is. I've noticed an uptick. So the enforcement of the rules has changed things, and I think it's for the better. 2,000 baht fines is a big deal for these guys, though. So,
no, I think it's fairly easy to say, like, okay, if they don't want to wear a helmet, then no, don't take the ride. A lot of these guys, especially in the rush hour, like they're just waiting for their queue, and then they meet that one person who doesn't want to wear the helmet, and they're like, and then they have to buy the helmet too, I guess, which might be let's say 500 baht or something. You buy a make-sake helmet, and that's extra cost to them.
It's the price you pay for road safety.
It's the price to pay for road safety. I think obviously it's going to affect the motorbike drivers a little bit in the short term, but in the long term it'll be much safer for everybody. But yeah, they got to enforce it.
Yeah, a couple of notes on this. April G. McKinley says, just buy a helmet, problem solved. Stinking Rocket says, it's not the ride that's dangerous, it's the sudden stop.
Yeah.
Well said.
They should give some sort of incentive for motorbike drivers to enforce it as well.
Yeah.
Because even if your passenger is not wearing it, the motorbike driver is liable for it.
fined, yeah.
So he should have some incentive for forcing his people to wear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what exactly that is, but I'm not saying snitching, but we're heading that way, aren't we?
Something's gotta happen,
We're heading
yeah.
that way.
Well, I'm going to be sticking with the economic trend after
love
that
an
story.
economic trend.
I know. And if you guys get bored, please pay attention, okay? Because this is actually going to matter a big deal for the overall Thai economy.
I'm paying attention.
Good luck. Let's see. Economic woes could undermine the Thai coalition's stability, or so a scholar warns. While Thailand's coalition government, Pattaya and Bumjai Thai, remains politically united, scholar Kietananta, warns economic stagnation could threaten their future. With 2 years left in office, a lack of progress may erode public confidence. Key structural issues include upskilling 15 million workers, enhancing SME competitiveness, modernizing agriculture, and defining future industries like EVs, health tourism, and international education. Without urgent economic reform, the scholar cautions the coalition risks collapse and long-term national setbacks.
I love it when you talk about economy, Alex.
Gets everybody going, doesn't it? Look, sometimes you got to eat your vegetables, and in this case, Pattaya and Bumjai Thai, like, everybody has to remember, these guys did not get the majority of the vote in the election. So this coalition is still a lot of the powers that be. There was a lot of tomfoolery in creating a Senate that allowed them to maintain their power. But if things aren't going well, what does it mean? We're going to have an election in 2 years, and nothing's going to change. So we'll have to wait and see if things get bad enough that we get protests in the streets and things like that, demonstrations. For now, it's a wait and see game.
All right. Well, more traveling by boats, I guess. Phuket port to become a new cruise and cargo hub. Great news if you're traveling by sea in Phuket, as a port is set for a major transformation into a dual-purpose cruise and cargo hub with a 30-year lease now open for investor bids. The project, led by Thailand's Treasury Department, aims to boost the Andaman maritime economy by expanding capacity to handle large cruise ships and revive cargo operations. Planned upgrades include extending the pier, deepening the channel, and installing modern port infrastructure. Deputy Finance Minister Paupum Rojanasakun confirmed the port will become a home port for cruises, attracting ships carrying up to 4,900 passengers. I love cruises and ships, but we're not talking about that. We're actually talking about the ports that they can park at.
Yeah. A lot of the times when you go down to Phuket, you see them like offshore, right? And then they have to get their little ferry
If you go to Patong Beach, like you can see like 10 kilometers down, there's a giant cruise just waiting there.
Yeah, it's much less convenient. Particularly if they're like, you're only stopping in for a day. You gotta wait so long for those ferries to come back and forth. You gotta wait your turn. If you can actually park at a port and just let people file in and out, you get a lot more time to actually spend some money on the local economy. So I think it's a big deal. Still waiting for investors to really take up the 30-year lease. Who knows how much that's going to cost? But hopefully this spells good things for tourism to move more smoothly down there.
All right.
Well, that'll do it for our Thailand section of the news. Before we head into the ASEAN Now section, where we still have some fun stories for you, we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsor, Tan. We're back.
Hello.
Thank you, Fazwaz.
I feel refreshed.
That was everything I needed. Yeah.
I bought a property.
Whoa, it's that fast.
Yeah.
Fast with a Z.
True. Well, at least I'm looking at one.
Oh, yeah? The hunt is on. Before we move into the ASEAN section, Damien Jester brings up a valid point about the helmets earlier.
Yeah. What did he say?
Head lice is a thing.
That is true.
Thank you for ruining. Now I have to go buy my own helmet.
Just buy your own helmet.
That is what I have to do.
So I'll give you an example. I think Alessio is the only one in the office. Well, actually, he stole it, but never mind. That's a whole nother story. Alessio is the only person who comes to work and goes back home with his own helmet.
Yeah,
the only one.
I know a few people that do it, and I should be one of them.
Yeah.
So
and he doesn't have a motorbike. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Damien has just pushed me over the edge with that comment.
Damien.
So, yeah, just. Oh, and by the way, I would be remiss. Look, last night I forgot I would tell everybody this. My girlfriend, she found a cockroach in our room, and she bravely hunted it like the Amazonian warrior that she is. Look, I've never had a cockroach in my room before. This is the first time I've seen one up there.
Got to get that pest control going, man.
I don't know what happened, but she did hunt it bravely and saved the day.
We're proud of her.
Wasn't scurrying over my face in the middle of the night.
Good old
shout out
Jennifer Yang.
Indeed, shout out Jenny. All right. Our first story. I got a fun one for you. This is an all Thailand themed ASEAN Now section of the news, guys. Our first story is a goofy one, coming out of Singapore, where a Thai man has been jailed after offering only a $7 US bribe over public urination. You got to go bigger than that, my friend.
Yeah.
A 50-year-old Thai man who was a farm worker in Singapore was jailed for 10 days after offering a $7 US bribe to avoid a fine for public urination. That's right, Nanjai Jumpa relieved himself in a drain near Choa Chu Kang, then tried to bribe 2 auxiliary officers who caught him. Despite multiple rejections, he slipped the cash into one officer's bag, leading to his immediate arrest. In court, he apologized through a Thai interpreter, and promised not to repeat the act. He faced up to 5 years in jail and a hefty fine for the offense, almost 100,000 baht, apparently.
Yeah, Singapore doesn't mess around, man. What are you doing? $7 as well. Come on now. That's just disrespectful.
That's for sure disrespectful. I can't believe that.
Apart from the urinating in public, I mean.
Yeah. Singapore doesn't mess around with any of that stuff, let alone then doubling down and attempting a bribe, which is laughably small. Makes you wonder what was going through his mind. Was he drunk or something like that? Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. You know, I get it.
How much even is $7 US? Is that like 5 Singapore dollars?
I don't know.
He just had like a $5 in his.
It's not
in his pocket.
It's certainly not enough, and you know, Singapore is not the kind of place where they're easily accepting bribes, anyways. Silly man.
Silly.
I do fear for him, because you know the punishments in Singapore are not light. So if he ends up in jail for 5 years over this kind of thing, which, look, I'm not saying that I've ever done it. I'm not saying that you've ever done it.
Allegedly.
Plenty of people have done that. That's quite a punishment. So I don't know.
Do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I just pay the official fine.
Sure. Whatever the fine is, that's what you should pay.
Just go to the police station and pay the fine.
Right. Yeah. Not
Say no to bribery.
Yeah, fair play. All right,
moving on to our next story. Thai Air Force tests gun-mounted drone amid border flare-up.
Yeah, that's with Cambodia, by the way.
There we go. The Royal Thai Air Force tested a drone armed with an M4 carbine on June the 3rd, aiming to enhance border surveillance and reduce soldier risk amid rising tensions with Cambodia. The trial follows a May 27th clash near the Chongbok Pass in Ubon Ratchathani, where Thai and Cambodian troops exchanged gunfire over contested territory. Though no injuries occurred, tensions remain high. Cambodia now plans to escalate the dispute to the International Court of Justice. The drone, developed with Thailand's Defense Technology Institute, offers tactical support for high-risk patrol missions. There we go, M4 carbine.
Murder bots on the way.
Now that is a drone, all right.
For real. Look, it's kind of scary. This is the world we're living in now. At the same time, might be better to have these drones rather than risking, Thai military personnel on these patrols, where we've now seen recently escalation to the point of violence and death. Look, I would rather see them battling this out in court, as Cambodia has now raised the issue to the International Court of Justice. It's better to duke it out that way than with actual guns on the border, but you can't blame a country for wanting to protect its interests protect its people.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, I got more economic news. This is infrastructure.
Love infrastructure.
You gotta love infrastructure, right? And now we're talking, greater ASEAN stuff. The new R12 trade routes that are set to link Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and China. Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam are set to benefit from the proposed Route R12 Trade Corridor, a 147-kilometer highway through Laos linking Nakhon Phanom in Thailand to Quang Binh in Vietnam and onward to China. The route is expected to cut travel time from 10 to 4 hours and boost Thailand's GDP by up to 2.84 billion baht annually. Funded by a 1.74 billion baht low-interest loan from Thailand's NEDA, the road will meet Asian highway standards and enhance cross-border infrastructure. Construction will start after the rainy season and take 30 months to complete. Yeah, cool. Taking the it was 10 hours, now it's 4 hours. It's a lot of saved time in transport costs, in manpower, and it should stand to benefit all of those. So I love seeing this inter-cooperation. The more the countries are working together, the less likely that they will have political and military conflict. Seems like good news to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on to our next story, where 50 billion baht is being planned to repair the Thai-Lao friendship bridge and boost economy. Woo. We love friendship. Thailand's Ministry of Transport is proposing a 50 million baht budget for infrastructure upgrades, including repairs to the fifth Thai-Lao friendship bridge, which is in Bungkan and Boli Kham Chai. As part of a larger 157 billion baht economic stimulus plan reallocated from the digital wallet project, the cabinet will review the proposal on June the 4th. The budget covers road and railway improvements, with the Department of Highways and State Railway of Thailand submitting over 200 projects combined. An agreement with Laos on bridge ownership and maintenance is also set for approval. Don't we just love bridges?
Yeah. I mean, well, that's coming through today. I think this is a wonderful thing. Look, a country like Laos has a lot of problems developing its own infrastructure. And these kinds of things, I don't know. Who's using the bridge? Like, is it going to be actually heavily trafficked? Is it worth the investment? At least it will do the initial push of creating jobs, and, it'll feel good for diplomacy and stuff like that. Does it have a use long term? Is this just kickbacks for the people that got the contracts? I don't know. But hopefully it is good news, and I'd rather see it that way. Well, all right, guys. That'll do it for Good Morning Thailand today.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the stories from across Thailand. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or join in the conversation at
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest news forum.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe here to the Thaiger on YouTube. You can also click that little join button right next to your subscribe. Chuck us a few bucks every month, and you get all sorts of benefits, like coming in and getting a studio tour when you're in Bangkok. You get some merch from us. You get to hang out with us.
Merch.
Go grab a beer after the show, Well, maybe not right after the show, but a little bit later. Not
you want a beer?
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
But and also subscribe to us, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your social media of choice is. You'll see all sorts of content you don't usually see here on the show. For now, Jay, what do you say? We get into the comments, see what some people had to say.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.